in a small little town, Dullstroom, in Mpumalanga. Went to primary school in Belfast, and then my parents moved down to the Southern Cape, and been in Oakdale Agricultural High School in Riversdale at high school. Then started to study in Stellenbosch in 1989, so then I started to play rugby here and study, and then came back as a coach in 2016 to 2019. Yeah, when I played for Maties, I started off playing for Dagbreek Hostel in the Hostel League, which was quite an experience for me. With all those spectators, more of them in the field than next to the field. And it took me about 2 years before I got selected to play for one of the Maties teams. So we started at the Maties 4th team, and then worked my way up in the next 2 years and played a few games for the first team. Most of my games were for the Vics, which was quite a special team. We always tried to beat the first team, but never succeeded in my time. Playing rugby at Maties, it was a big thing for any young rugby player to be able to play rugby at Maties, to be selected for one of the teams. Wasn't easy at that time. When you trained here outside, you trained against Springboks at some of the sessions. In those days, Western Province played maybe 10-12 games for the year, and then the rest of the season all those guys played for their clubs. So there was a huge number of Western Province players that played their club rugby here at Stellenbosch. If I remember correctly, on Tuesdays we trained against each other, so all 4 teams played sort of chuckas for 20 minutes against the other 3. And then you played against guys like FC Smith, Tian Strauss, Mike Bailey, some big names in those days. So it was a good experience for a young guy to come in and train and play with or against some of those experienced players. Ja, ek het in 2001 begin afrig by Ceres Rugby Club. Dit het miskien meer per toeval gebeur as wat dit van my kant af gekom het. Die klub het afrigters gekort, ek het opgehou speel in 2000 en hulle het my gevra om by die tweede span af te rig. Ek het gevoel ek sal dit kan doen. Dit was altyd vir my iets wat ek gedink het ek sal in belang stel, en net sommer 'n kans wou hê om dit te begin. En toe, net voor die seisoen begin, het die eerste span se afrigter besluit dat hy nie meer beskikbaar is nie, en toe moes ek sy skoene vol staan. Ceres op daai tyd was 'n baie goeie klub, baie goed gedoen, na die nasionale klubtoernooie toe gegaan en daar goed presteer, so dit was die verwagtinge was sommer hoog van die begin af. 2001 het ons hierso op Stellenbosch gespeel in die klubtoernooi, ongelukkig ons eerste wedstryd verloor, en toe in die plaatkompetisie gespeel 2002 was in Bloemfontein, en daar het ons daarom die semifinaal van die klubtoernooi gehaal teen Shimlas, verloor met 3 punte. En toe het die gogga my gebyt, en ek was gelukkig geweest om in 2002 'n aanbod te kry van Boland, wat gevra het of ek sou belangstel om daar af te rig. Ek was in die diepkant ingegooi, ek het nog nie voorheen op so vlak afgerig nie, en ek moes nogal diep delf om dit reg te kry. Die begin was nie baie goed nie. Ek het op daardie tyd ook my eie besigheid gehad. So 'n jaar later moes ek kies en besluit, hoorie, gaan ek aan met die besigheid of gaan ek in afrigting ingaan. En die passie vir rugby en sport het toe nou maar die oorhand gekry, en ek het begin afrig. So ek het toe voltyds begin afrig van 2004 af. Die Boland span het goed gedoen. Toe het ek aanbod gekry van die Cheetahs af in 2007. So ek het toe die agterlyn en aanvalsafrigter gewees by die Vrystaat. Ons het die Curriebeeker gewen in 2007 en toe in Super Rugby ook daar afgerig tot 2015. Curriebeeker het ek in 2014 en 15 by Griquas afgerig, maar Griquas op daai tyd was deel van die franchise met die Cheetahs gewees. So dit het goed saamgewerk dat ek kon deel wees van die Curriebeeker aan die een kant by Griquas, dat mense 'n goeie idee het van die kwaliteitsspelers wat jy daar het, en dit kon vergelyk met die ouens by die Cheetahs, en ek voel dit het die span beter gemaak, en mense het 'n meer objektiewe mening gehad oor die twee spanne se spelers, en dan het dit ons 'n beter kans gegee om in Super Rugby te kon presteer. En toe is ek weer terug Bloem toe. My vrou was nie altyd so gelukkig met die skuwe terug binneland toe nie. Sy is maar 'n Kaapenaar van geboorte. En toe by die Vrystaat afgerig weer van 2019 tot 23. Weer die Karibeker gewen daarom in 2023. Wat 'n hoogtepunt vir my en my afrigtingsloopbaan was en daarna weer terug na die Boland toe waar alles vir my begin het. So ek het basies die volle sirkel voltooi, begin by die Boland en ek sal nie sê ons eindig daar nie, maar ek is weer daar. Then I came back as a coach in 2016, and it was a totally a different environment than in my playing days. So the guys were a bit younger. There were not so many provincial and Springbok players playing their rugby at universities anymore, but the Varsity Cup was a new innovation and something I haven't experienced. I only watched it on TV, and it was a great privilege to be involved in the Varsity Cup. Proper competition, about 8 to 10 weeks, and a high pressure environment, but that's what I like. I'm a very competitive person, and for me to come back and to be able to coach the Marties, the big brand, one of the biggest brands in the world, was a great privilege for me. Yeah, I was appointed in October 2015. I immediately started to watch the 2015 Varsity Cup games that Marties played. They didn't make the semi-finals, it was a close one, but I had to figure out what we needed to change and to work on to enable the team to be more successful from 2016 onwards. So my plan was to work a lot on the conditioning of the team. I felt that physicality was a thing that we lacked, especially on defense. So we scored a lot of tries, so the attack was potent, but on defense we conceded one hell of a lot of tries, and it was the main thing I felt needed attention. Yeah, as a coach there's many stressful moments in your career, but if I have to think quickly about two of them, the one game we played against Wits, which wasn't recognized in that year as one of the stronger teams, and we struggled against them. We didn't play well. It was the first game of the competition, and just after halftime we were still trailing, and Charles Cronje, who was the vice president of the club at that time, came into the coach's box and he asked me, Harvies, what the hell is happening here? Your guys are not playing well. The forwards are standing around in the back line and the backs are not doing their job. And I just said to him, Charles, relax, we will pull this one through. But to face a guy like him and with his opinion there in the coach's box was one of the more stressful things I had to do. Yeah, the second one is the one that I will never forget. We played in the final of 2016 against Northwest University. We were the favourites, a home game, full house here at the Danie Craven, and we were in the lead by 6 points to 0. 3 minutes to go, and then we conceded a yellow card. And the Picker decided to choose a scrum, and they had a big pack of forwards, and they scrummed us another penalty, and the game went on for another 12 minutes. So we actually played 89 minutes in that game, conceded 7 penalties, 2 yellow cards. We finished the game with 13v15. And we had a turnover right at the end of the game, or we thought we had a turnover. Number 8, Rimpies van Dijk, had his hands on the ball, on his feet. We all jumped in the air and thought it would be our penalty and that would be the end of it. But the referee saw it differently, so to lose that game by 1 point was quite a tough one. It took me 3 months to get over that loss. If I look back, it was a terrible moment, but in the end we won the Varsity Cup for 2 years in 2018 and 19, so I think we learned a lot of lessons in that year, and it made me and the team stronger. Ja, soms kry mense krediet vir goed wat jy nie self dink jy doen nie, maar ja, my aanslag is maar altyd om innoverend te wees. Ek glo daaraan Ek is maar 'n ou loskakel, so jy sien maar altyd geleenthede, jy dink aan goed hoe om dinge beter te doen, hoe om minder voorspelbaar te wees en so aan. So dit was maar die goed waarop ek gefokus het van dat ek hier gekom het. Ou werk met studente, hulle is kreatiewe mense en hulle het baie idees en goed, so mense moet dit gebruik. Ek glo daaraan om die spelers te betrek, om hulle insaag te kry in wat ons doen en dan voel ek hulle koop eintlik ook baie makliker in die plan wat 'n mens het en hoe jy dinge wil doen. So dit was vir my belangrik om die spelers te leer ken, om te sien wat is ons sterkpunte, daarvan af te werk en dan is ek ook 'n baie analitiese mens, so ek spandeer baie tyd daaraan om die opponente te bestudeer en te sien wat hulle doen, wat is hulle sterkpunte, wie is die key spelers in hulle span en dan 'n plan uit te werk hoe om dit te probeer onder druk sit, te sorg dat hulle nie kan speel soos hulle graag wil speel nie. So ek glo ek het 'n merk gelos in daai opsig, om spelers ook te leer om bietjie dieper te kyk en nie net te wag vir die coach om vir hulle te sê ons doen nou vanmiddag hierdie of daai drills of dis die plan nie, maar om ook self te dink oor hoekom doen ons wat ons doen, hoe kan ons dit wat ons doen beter doen en ook insaag daarin te gee en dan almal se opinies te gebruik en dan daarvolgens 'n plan bymekaar te sit. Het vir ons goed gewerk. Ons het daarom al 4 jare in die finale gespeel, so 2 gewen. Ek kon dit ook dalk net nou gesê het, maar as ons sleg gespeel het op die maandag, dan ek op die dinsdag of en daar kom sit, dan kyk ek hier oor. Sê, okay. Alles is fyn. Daar's nog 'n mooi wêreld hier rondom jou. Yeah, as a coach, I get a lot of questions, phone calls from parents who ask me about my opinion, what the best will be for their children when they leave school. The opinion and the advice that I give to parents 99% of the time is if you've got the option to go and study, and especially if you can go and study at Stellenbosch, take that option. In my opinion, it's better for a youngster to come and study, experience the student life, get a degree, get something behind your name. Even if you make it in rugby, then you've got a degree to help you to use the money that you will make in rugby well and to look after yourself for a very long time and to be prosperous in what you do. So if you look at the difference between the two, for me, the risk to play just for a union and to get a contract for maybe 3 years, after your under 21 season, if you don't get an extension into the senior squad, you lost. And then you have to go and try and study at the age of 22. You won't be able to play Varsity Cup. There's only a place for 3 players in each university to play in the Varsity Cup if you're under 22 as a first year. Where if you start after school, then you've got an option to play for 6 years. And the players that I work with in my career, I could see a big difference in the guys that studied and played rugby and the guys that only played rugby. The guys that studied as well took responsibility for themselves. They had to juggle, they had to have a good time management to make all the ends meet because they had to attend classes, they had to study and write tests and pass their exams, and on the other side they had to gym, train and perform at a high level on the field for the university. So I feel they learn a lot more about life and sport if they can be in this high performance environment at Marties or at the university than to just play rugby and have a lot of free time on your hands, and if it doesn't work out for you, then you're stuck, and at 22 you've got to start from scratch again. As ek oor die Marties rugby nalatenskap dink, dan vat dit my terug na my studentedae hierso eerstens en as 'n speler. Weet hy was bevoorreg, ek het hom amper gemis om onder 'n afrigter soos Doc Craven te kon speel. Mense het so baie van rugby en van die lewe by hom geleer en daarna was daar mense soos Doc Gerrit Pool, Neely Smit, Dawie Snyman, afrigters wat weet en Dawie die Curriebeeker 5 jaar in 'n ry gewen, met wie mens gewerk het en die waardes en die standaarde wat 'n mens by hulle geleer het oor wat dit vat om suksesvol te wees is iets wat my lewe by my sal bybly. Toe ek teruggekom het as 'n afrigter was weet daardie goed nou weer in my hande gewees en moes 'n mens probeer om die spelers met wie jy werk so te beïnvloed dat dit vir hulle kan help om ergens te kom. En as jy terugkyk na die spelers wat 'n mens afgerig het, was dit altyd vir my lekker om wanneer daar 'n stommerswedstryd is te sien, weet hier speel Ernst van Ryn, Edwil van der Merwe, Paul de Wet, van die spelers wat deur ons stelsel gekom het. So mense het probeer om dit wat ons geleer het by mense soos Dok Kinderdawele en Dok Pool vorentoe te vat en ja, dis altyd 'n groot voorreg gewees vir my om met die oudjies te werk om vir hulle te help, om vir hulle rigting te gee en hierdie nalatenskap te laat voortleef by 'n ongelooflike klub soos hierdie.